Good evening now. Well, it's late afternoon now anyway. Afternoon everybody, thank you for having me, Mark. What a wonderful conference. You've had some colourful speakers. I think Dr. Tudor is going to be a very difficult act to follow, but I'm going to do my best. I just want to congratulate, first of all the work that Mark is doing here. As he said, 3 years ago I came here as a guest, and I was really impressed by what he was doing then, and to think that he's still continuing is even more fantastic. I think one word that comes to mind is consistency. You need to be consistent in Nigeria in order to make impact. And I realized that 2007 was when I came to Nigeria from the UK. And next month I'll be celebrating 18 years in Nigeria, working in the entertainment sector. So we know that Nigeria is not be small, not be beings working in this place, I tell you. But when I came to Nigeria, people were saying to me, my name's Dr. Ngozi, they were saying to me, Ngozi, you're going the wrong way. People are leaving Nigeria to go to the UK. You're going from the UK to Nigeria. Are you sure you're okay? But you know, I was born and brought up in the UK. I studied in the UK, went to university there, did all of my education there. And what you find, and this is for a lot of those people that are doing the Japa back to the US and the UK, the grass is never greener on the other side. Never is, because there are, within the industrial sector, you find that there are rules, there are protocols. In terms of the money that you're making, yes, it may be when you convert it to Naira, a lot of money, but there are other underlying areas where you're paying a lot of money in rent, in bills, all of those areas. You'll find that your actual disposable income is very, very small. Whereas come to Nigeria, you have family, you have your extended family that really help. In the UK, in the States, you're on your own. You heard stories about people being really lonely, some even dying alone. You hear these awful stories, and it's true. So I just wanted to say, before I venture into what I'm going to say about the entertainment industry, don't always believe that the grass is greener on the other side. Look within our own society, we have a lot of natural resources here. We have a beautiful continent that's full of resources, which is why the West has got its eye on our continent. You have to realize that there's something here that they want. And don't be looking over there or looking behind you, look ahead. So that's my little nugget. So my name is Dr. Ngozi Omambala. I'm the chairperson of the Lagos Chamber and for the Creative and Entertainment Group, and also the group managing director, CEO of a company called NMO Management, which has been in the entertainment industry for the last, I think, 25, almost 30 years. I'm going to start revealing my true age, but that's all you need to know. And when I came to Nigeria in 2007, there was really and truly, there wasn't an entertainment industry at all. It was a blank canvas for me because I'd started my foray into entertainment within the UK. I was entertainment editor for a magazine in Europe. I was also general manager of a record label in Europe, in London. And I also worked for a radio station. So for me, I had quite a lot of experience, which I could have utilized in the UK, but I just thought, I think I'm better able coming home and investing in the country of origin. So that was the reason why I was coming to Nigeria. People were saying, Ngozi, you've got so much experience, why are you going that way? But you know, fast forward 18 years, it's been a journey. It's not been an easy journey at all, because I've been building a team with my principles. My team will say that I'm not the easiest person to work with, but by gosh, I've got the best team, I think, in Nigeria, who are just excellent, timely, professional, and these are the youth that we are investing in, that we want them to become MDs, CEOs of the future. So that's why you hear a lot, when I talk, you hear me talking a lot about the youth. You know, our youth in Nigeria, we have a huge human capital resource that I don't think we're exploiting. Our population, let me give you some stats. Our population in Nigeria is now 232 million. Of that 232 million, 70% are under 30. Of that 70%, 42% are under 15. Huge youth capital outlay there. Something that the West are envying us for. That's why everybody's running away, because they're making it very attractive for you to go and work abroad. Are you with me? We have to stop this rot, because as far as I'm concerned, we need to look at home, because we've got all of the resources here. I'll tell you one thing, 2 weeks ago in fact, being chairperson of the LCC, I was invited to, it was Taiwan Technology Day, and the ambassador for Taiwan made a presentation, and he said, you know what, we're so lucky in Nigeria because we have all the natural resources. We have oil and gas, we have iron, we have aluminium, we have everything. He goes, in Taiwan, they don't have any natural resources at all, zero. So he was saying he was very envious of Nigeria. And he was saying all they have in Taiwan, they have extreme weather conditions, so they have tsunamis, they have typhoons, they have earthquakes, they have volatile volcanoes. This is a country that has a population of 23 million people. Remember, Nigeria, we have a population of 232 million. Theirs is 23 million. You know, Taiwan is number one in the market, global market, for exporting in smartphones, laptops, petrochemicals, consumer goods. Number one globally, with no natural resources at all. I couldn't believe it. And they were saying they were envious of Nigeria. What they do is they tell me that with the money that they make, and obviously you know how big computers are, it's one of the biggest resources within the global market. They reinvest their profits within their own country, within their population, to their youth, education, research and development, and make sure they can feed their own people. That's where their money goes. So my point is, maybe we should learn a couple of lessons from a small nation like Taiwan, that's number one in the global market with 23 million people, and we have a population of 232 million with all the natural resources around. Again, that comes back to leadership, right? I feel that we need to really look at the youth in Nigeria, because they are the only demographic, I feel, that are just forging ahead, irrespective of politics, irrespective of what leaders are in office. And you know how they're doing it? Technology. Technology is the key. That's what's moving our youth forward. As I said, when I came in 2007, we didn't have an entertainment landscape at all. Women were underrepresented as well. And it was an area that I thought, having come from the UK, it was very necessary to have a gender equality balance. So I created a couple of platforms, some that you might be familiar with, and I made them female-only platforms because I really wanted to redress the imbalance, the inequity. People called me a feminist in Lagos. I was given so many different names. But that's the great thing about leadership. When you're CEO or MD of your company, you've got your own vision. Maybe people might not see it, but maybe 15 years down the line, you can see where our entertainment industry is. I had artists coming through on the platform, a lot of females. I opened it up later on to a lot of male artists because they were complaining. They were complaining a lot. But in hindsight, it was a good thing because we were setting a standard. When I came to Nigeria, a lot of artists were performing to, when they say, DJ play track number 3, 4, 5, and then they'll sing over the music. You wouldn't even know who's the real singer from who isn't. So I created a platform where it was a live band only. All of my platforms are live band only. Because when you perform with a live band, it's you and the band. Yeah. Your voice is your asset. And the idea was so that we could compete internationally. We know internationally we have great singers. If we have a singer in Nigeria who's performing to a DAT or performing to a DJ, we know they don't stand a chance when they go abroad. So it was creating a standard. That was what we were developing. Interesting now that you just wonder how our entertainment industry has developed so far and expanded. It's because those artists have been working hard. People like Burna Boy. Burna Boy did our platform in 2013. 2013, this boy has been working hard. Didn't happen overnight. He has a strong team around him too. Most of the artists that have come through are hard workers. They've been grafting. That's why they don't really care about what you think about their lifestyles because they know how much work they've invested in their craft. So you have to allow it, and they know what they're doing. And they're very techno-savvy. They can meander around government protocols, principles. They don't really care because they know that they can push their music, push their crafts, get the sales, and live their lives and share it amongst their teams. So my point is, we have a generation of youth who are self-starters, who don't need us. They make their own money and they make a lot, and they're actually contributing towards the economy. They're contributing to GDP, they're bringing in Forex. The economy is thriving within the creative sector. Yet people don't understand how and why. I think where government comes in is not necessarily to help these artists, it's to help build our infrastructure. Because technology is something that you won't really just get like that. We need schools. We need the youth coming through the school system to understand and be educated. So that's where the investment is really important. Another thing I think is important is for our parents. Parents need to encourage the creative side of their children. You're seeing, them reaping the benefits of what they're doing, and they're making a lot of money. A lot. So if you're a child, you can see that they've got some creative talent, they're interested, pursue it with them. Let them follow their craft, and that craft is going to be an income stream for you later on down the line. No pockets are the ones buying you your houses, your cars, and everything else, like some of the artists now are doing. So, coming back back to leadership, these are our future leaders. And trust me, they're young, but they're very, very serious, and they understand, they're smart. Smart enough to go abroad, just dominate the industry abroad. Our Afrobeats music can be heard from every corner of the globe now. And that's because we've built an industry from scratch. It doesn't only apply to music. We have a fashion. Let's talk about fashion. We are exporting our idea, all of our beautiful materials. Everybody wants a piece of the African culture now. Can you imagine what that's going to do for tourism? Our tourism sector will blow with music, visual arts, with fashion. All of those areas are critical to our economy. But again, it comes back to leadership, because with all of those items, we need security. Kidnappings, for ransom, all of those areas, all the insecurities, not helping our situation. As I said, the youth don't want handouts, we just need infrastructure. So it's just really to say, leadership is key, it's critical. And I'm going to just implore that being part of the LCCI, the Lagos Chamber of Commerce, is really such a blessing, because when you understand your industry and you have a president, our current president at the LCCI understands that the creative sector is key to building Nigeria's economy, prosperity for the future, revenue, GDP, forex, all of those areas. So he's given me like a free hand to really push our fashion, push our music, push our film, Nollywood, all of those different areas. And so I implore, because it's lovely to see the young people here, because I know they've got an interest. Everybody has an interest in music. Everybody has an interest in the arts or fashion. It's something that you do for a hobby. It's my work. But, encourage your children, push them when they're showing signs of being strong in those areas, because they could be the next Davida, they could be the next Wizkid, they could be the next fashion icon that could be designing, internationally. This platform is so important, and I'm so glad to be here. As I said, I didn't come with, a presentation, but from just what I've been hearing, I can speak from the heart, and obviously from a position of experience, having worked across the pond in the UK and in the States, and coming to Nigeria and investing in Nigeria and across the continent. As I said, we have a platform, we have a great team, and we're looking to develop, upscale, and dominate, because that's where we are going. We're just, it's all about black excellence and owning what we've created. So I don't want to keep you too long, but another thing I wanted to say was, Nigeria, as I said, it's been tough, but it's been a real fantastic learning curve for me. The pandemic, COVID, was a real game changer, I think, for businesses across the board. A lot of businesses didn't come through, a lot of businesses didn't survive. But you know what happened to the entertainment sector? Did it not just hit rock bottom? Were you seeing any concerts, any shows, any fashion shows? There was nothing. Let me tell you something. I'm the sort of person that cannot sit back. I have a mind that's very active. And so when the pandemic hit, and we were doing a lot of live shows across Lagos and outside, I think you recall when Lagos State was saying, that only 50 people were allowed in any events at any one time. Weddings weren't happening. And then they increased the protocol regulation to 150 people. When I said to my team, because I have a lot of platforms that operate monthly, annually, all of my platforms, I might say, none of them is less than 8 years old. My oldest platform is 14 years old. I'm celebrating 10 years, Pan-African Music Fashion Runway. That's the platform I want to talk about, because when COVID hit, we were in the middle of production for that. And Lagos State, everybody sat back and said, oh, the pandemic was not going to last maybe 2 months, 3 months. Did we know it was going to last for 2 years? What I said to my team, even not knowing that it was going to last that long, was, okay, we have an online presence. Let's throw everything online. There were a lot of mistakes that we made, but I was like, we're not going to sit back and wait for this pandemic to, take its course. Yes, we did all the social distancing, the masks, social distancing, all of that we did. We stuck with all the protocols. But I said, we had 150 people in the building, in social media. Just like Solomon. Solomon's one of my team members, is probably recording live. And so I said, we're going to go online and broadcast the show. So we had 150 people sticking to Lagos protocols in the building. But guess what? We had 10,000 people watching us live for our show. That hybrid model has stuck with us since COVID. We've never dropped it. We now have an international audience for all of our shows, stretching beyond, Nigeria, the continent, worldwide. COVID was a lesson. We have to learn from some of these changes and adapt them into our businesses. Sometimes you've got to think outside of the box in order to move forward. Even though you think, it's kind of, you think it's not going to happen, you're kind of like disappointed, you think your business has gone down, but there's always a silver lining to every problem. You just have to find it. So I'm just imploring, business can be really challenging, but it can be also very exciting and pretty beneficial. So, I'm happy that I'm here in Nigeria. I'm happy that we're able to contribute to the economy. I'm happy that we're able to contribute to the entertainment industry at large. And our artists are really making us proud, because no other continent has done what we've done globally. Our culture is unique, our music is unique. Nobody can copy and paste. It's not possible, because it's unique to us. And we must remember that, and remember that our culture is precious and valuable. Don't sell out to anybody, because they don't have what we have. And what we have is gold. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. A round of applause for Dr. Ngozi. Something that stuck with me when she spoke, she talked about Afrobeats. One of our exports, and they cannot be copied. These are old.
Sure. And she spoke greatly about consistency. If there's anything that you are doing right now and you feel like there are no eyes on you, I feel like this is the best time for you to just own your craft.
On your craft.
The best of your ability. What's that like, child?
And I'm sure from what you said, opportunities are available for people who are into arts and craft to actually come to a platform. I'm an artist.